Welcome to the News Belt on the AM show. In our first story, President Akufo-Addo has assured the chiefs and people of the Upper West and Savannah regions that he will do his best to fix the Bole-Bamboi-Wa Road before he leaves office. Now, speaking when he called on the Wala over Fuseni Seidu Pelpo IV, he stated that fixing the road project would be his parting gift for the people of the two regions. JoyNews' Upper West regional correspondent Rafiq Salam reports that President Akufo-Addo also charged the Upper West regional minister Stephen Yakubu to immediately address the issue of rationalizing the sale of government land to government appointees and private individuals, which is rampant in the region.
It is a highway many now dreads to use. The Bole-Bamboi-Wa Highway, otherwise known as the N12, is bumpy, deplorable, and replete with maze of gaping manholes. It is a ritual to see vehicles break down and drivers and passengers stranded on several portions of the road. The situation now is even worse after the Dolly Bridge was washed away by violent flash floods. Government promise to fix it was knee-jerk and harum-scarum. Over 6 months of claiming to fix it, that portion of the road still remains a death trap, and commuters often have their hearts in their mouths passing through it. At least it is not for the faint-hearted. Many commuters take a detour to the Fufoso Junction, adding extra 250 kilometers in traveling time. Overlord of the Wala traditional area, now Fuseni Seidu Pelpo IV, expressed worry over the poor state of the road when President Akufo-Addo paid a courtesy call on him at his palace in Wa. Jimpena Kadir Ibrahim speaks for the Wala overlord.
The Bole-Bamboi route, Your Excellency. It is now a nightmare to travel on that route. A journey to Kumasi that ordinarily takes 5 hours to now takes 12 hours. Granted that your vehicle does not break down on the way.
President Akufo-Addo, in responding to the Wala overlord, assured him that the Bamboi-Bole-Wa Road will be fixed, adding it will be his parting gift for the people of the region.
I will do my best about the Bole-Bamboi Road. He says my personal parting gift. Also, the Minister for Roads and Highways, the new minister, will be here to speak to you about showing that we can do both the Singing Road as well as the road for Bamboi at the same time. But we will make an effort.
On the issue of rezoning and sale of government lands to government appointees and private individuals, President Akufo-Addo pledged to work on it and has therefore directed Upper Regional Minister Stephen Yakubu to take charge of the issue.
I'm extremely concerned about the statements you have made about government lands. And here is one of the advantages you're going to get from having a minister who doesn't have any immediate relatives here in Wa. So he's sitting beside me and he has heard you, and I'm going to insist that he does something about this immediately.
Turning to the 2024 general election, he urged the Wala overlord and his subjects to work towards maintaining the relative peace that the country is enjoying. President Akufo-Addo, however, promised to be back to the palace one more time before the elections with a man he prefers to succeed him.
But before the election is held, I'm going to come here and pay my proper goodbye to you and to thank you for the cooperation that I've received from you and your chiefs during my presidency. When I come, I'm going to come with the man who's going to be my successor. When I know that the man I removed from the seat, I cannot have him as my successor. And as a traditional ruler, you understand what I am saying.
Reporting for JoyNews, Rafiq Salam. Wa.
Now, some victims of the flood disaster occasioned by the spillage of the Akosombo Dam last year say they are yet to get their lives back as they continue to reel under the harsh conditions in the aftermath. According to the National Disaster Management Organization, 39,000 lives were affected, rendering some homeless. 6 months after the disaster, the future looks bleak as the government is yet to announce resettlement and compensation plans. In an upcoming Joy News documentary, Life After the Floods, some of them tell Joy News how rebuilding and survival after the floods has become extremely difficult.
This is where I used to stay with my family.
Okay.
Yeah, so for now, the status of it is not even looking nice for you, as yourself you can see.
Okay.
There's no one in because I'm the one. I'm now living with my sister.
Okay.
Yeah. It's very, very painful anytime when I get here. That's why if you can even see there's no cleaning. Because when I get there, when I see things, then I don't know what to touch. I don't even know where to start from. So I feel very sad.
I alone, I'm having cassava farm about 10 acres, and the others, they are having. In Siko right now, if you go to the farm top, everything tend to firewood. All our cassava tend to firewood, and we can't afford our life together. How are we going? And up to now, the village is not telling anything about our life. How are we going to survive?
The flood scattered everything because of the spirit. The piglets are all died. It take them away, and nothing remains.
So at the time you heard about how many pigs in here?
I have about 85. I'm very much annoyed with VR, and we are not hearing anything from them. My house collapsed, and we are all at Akakpo camp there. We at the tent where we are not getting it easy at all.
I'm America. I'm in Yelasin. The Anuka Alafama aton the Kama. Tawam in Yamara, Fibokatam, Akarafato Tonto, Laman Yemen.
Now, in the quiet corners of rehabilitation centers and safe houses, the voices of resilient young girls echo a plea for a chance at a brighter future. For these girls, victims of abuse and trafficking, the journey to recovery is a daunting one. Sarah, a 19-year-old survivor, shared a very sad story of resilience and hope of how she had to sleep with 15 men daily just to raise money for herself and her madam for some years until she was rescued by an immigration officer and taken to a shelter. Like Sarah, countless other girls yearn for the opportunity to pursue their ambitions. Yet, the obstacles they face are formidable. Non-governmental organizations and institutions like Expertise France, a French public agency with funding from the European Union, dedicated to supporting survivors of trafficking, highlight the urgent need for tailored educational and skills development programs. Ivy Setoji has more in this report.
A stark reality unfolded in a recent series of interviews conducted across some shelter homes. Many of these courageous survivors, mostly girls, while grateful for the safety and care they now receive, express a deep longing to return to school or learn a trade. For them, education represents not just a path to knowledge but a beacon of hope for a life beyond their traumatic past. Sarah, not really her real name, a 19-year-old survivor, shared a very sad story of resilience and hope of how she had to sleep with 15 men daily just to raise money for herself and her madam for some years until she was rescued by an immigration officer and sent to a shelter home.
The place that I suffer too much is in Benin. The woman that I went and stayed with, the woman is doing a shower, and it's not woman like that though. He's 20 or 21 years. I have one pikin. So and his husband said that let her be carrying girls, so that the girls will be doing the shower, so that let her wife should stop that. So the woman, you can't tell me, before she will help me and buy some things for me and clothes and be giving me food, but I I should join her and be doing the work so that she can be giving me food and giving me anything that I want. So I tell his husband. The husband told me that I should be doing the thing. So every day I will be doing like 13 boys one day, 1,000. And if I give the woman the money, he will say that I did not work. That's the second day that I should try and do bigger than like this, or he will chase me away. So I'm trying my best to do what will make the woman happy. So I can't tell the woman that I don't get tired. The woman can't tell me, okay, that I should work like 1 month, 2 months, so that I will stop. So one day I can't work only 5. I can't work 5 people. The woman can't send boys. They can't collect the money from me. I can't tell the woman the money that I work, they collect them from me, then that I'm coming back. He told me that I'm not okay, that I should go and find the way to find the money. I can't stay one place. One boy come meet me. Tell me, say, what's happened? Tell and say now, my madam Bonio. Tell me, say, okay, that I should follow him and go out, that he will give me 12,000. So it's from there I sleep with the boy. He give me 12,000. From there I can't get skin infection.
Like Sarah, countless other girls yearn for the opportunity to pursue their ambitions, yet the obstacles they face are formidable. Another young girl who is currently a nursing mother due to traffic issues also shared her sad story.
So now my friends take me to Togo. So he tell me say that job dey for Togo. Say make I come say I want to do job here. So I not tell my family say I dey go to Togo. He tell me say by day he will give me 50K. So me too I say if I carry 50K by day, if I do 1 month, I will go to my house. So I will bring that money go give her my mother. So ask me say make I come and do job. So I don't see the job. Tell me say make I come and do. Like I shower, tell him say I can't do that. So that time I see my daughter father. So I follow him go.
ASI Justice Kuju Nomashi is acting officer in charge of anti-human smuggling and trafficking in person units at Aplau, who led in the rescue of the trafficked girls.
In this situation, we would have to, first of all, have interagency collaboration on how we will take care of her. Because as of now, she is pregnant and she needs extra care. And that extra care, we must have someone who is going to be responsible of that extra care. It comes with finances, because her case happens to be a special case because of the torture and the ordeal she has gone through. And so, even though the initial agreement or the initial plans we were making to send her, to reintegrate her to her family, now there is a problem that we have to look at first. So that when she is being sent back, which condition is he going with? How is she going to cater for herself on the way before she gets to the family? We must get proper medical review that will clear us to say that she is good to go before we take any step of moving. Other than that, then we have to still appeal to people to come to her aid, as we have to take care of her medical expenses, her feeding, the shelter where she is. She needs to be catered for.
In our next story, she gave up on her search for true love after 2 failed marriages, each leaving its own scars. However, it was the death of her father and a visit to the mortuary that sparked an unexpected love story. The undertaker, who was hired to ready her father for burial, became the newly found piece in Gifty's love puzzle. My colleague, Joan Nyame, has more in Joy Prime's latest feature titled From Mortuary to Matrimony.
In the vicissitude of life, love sometimes finds its way through the darkest of times. Meet Gifty, a 34-year-old who has been in search of true love without success. In the depths of her sorrow, she discovered an unexpected beacon of love in the most unlikely places, the mortuary.
When he said the thing to me, I was thinking, it's like the pain, the sorrow just vanished.
Her love journey has been marked by sorrow and disappointment. But it was the loss of her father, a pillar of strength in her life, that shattered her world.
To be frank, I told the whole family that is my last marriage. I will not marry again because first didn't work, second didn't work. Why should I go for the third one?
Alone in her grief, she found comfort in the cold confines of the mortuary where her father's lifeless body lay. It was here, amid tears and questioning, that she encountered an unexpected ray of light. The undertaker, who was hired to ready her father for his final journey, became her source of comfort in her darkest hour. He became the missing but found piece in Gifty's love puzzle.
Though I was working, my attention was on her. Because the word that had been coming was touching my heart. I said, no. If this is the case, they have to approach this lady.
Their brief engagement in the morgue sparked what would ignite a love story neither of them saw coming.
I've told myself I won't get married again. We are in the same line. So when we come together, we could move ahead. We could be an example for somebody.
Whenever I am with him, I found comfort. So from there, as time goes on, like some 2-3 months, he proposed. Along the way, I agreed to his proposal. So from there, we started the relationship.
Today, Gifty and her husband stand hand in hand, having weathered the storms together. Their love, born in the most unlikely of places, has blossomed into a story of a new beginning. Sometimes, love finds us in the most unexpected moments, turning adversity into triumph. For Gifty and her husband, their journey from the mortuary to matrimony is a testament to the enduring power of love. A love that conquers even death itself. Juan Nyame's report.
Now, in our final story, the director for the Institute of Applied Sciences and Technology at the University of Ghana, Professor David Dodu-Ahin, says an innovative way of solving the plastic waste menace is by educating the public on turning plastic into a profitable venture. Speaking at a workshop at the University of Ghana, he said the approach did not only address environmental pollution, but also promoted economic sustainability. There's more in this report by Zuleiha Nuhu, read to you.
Plastic waste is a major problem in Ghana, with blocked drainage systems leading to flooding. According to the United Nations Environment Programme, an estimated 86% of Ghana's waste plastic load is improperly disposed of, resulting in plastics clogging up stormwater drains, rivers and streams and more. But how can this change for the country to benefit from plastics? The director for the Institute of Applied Sciences and Technology at the University of Ghana, Professor David Dodu-Ahin, says more people have to be trained on how to turn the plastics into profitable ventures.
We are having a partnership with the Europe Recyclers through a project by the European Union called Horizon 2020. And the partners are from Finland, Netherlands, we have Belgium, and industry players in Europe who are into the European recycling. Realize that this is an international problem. The plastic waste is not only in Ghana. We also have similar situations across the world. The bigger part is it's entering into our oceans, and sometimes it enters into the food chain. Our fisher folks will go to fishing, and sometimes the net, instead of getting fish, they are getting a big catch of plastics. So what is our contribution to this? Our contribution is finding lasting solutions to this in another way, and incentivizing the people to collect these plastics, because when you collect the plastics and you are able to get some money out of it, what we call the pickers, they get it, we weigh, then we get money out of it. We will encourage people to do that.
Professor of Materials and Chemistry at the University of Eastern Finland, Jekko J. Saranin, stressed the need for collaboration between Ghana and other countries in addressing plastic waste. He said the dual nature of plastic as both useful and environmentally hazardous calls for an urgent need to mitigate its harmful impact.
Our mission here in Ghana is to strengthen the collaboration between our university and the University of Ghana, and then also learn from each side what are the best ways to treat plastics. I think it's a valuable material to be reused in similar applications, so we shouldn't be wasting precious materials, and also we shouldn't be doing that for the environment. Plastics is a marvelous material. The main reason why plastics are used so widely is their durability, and that's the reason that they are so good in the applications in which we use them. For example, if you have an artificial hip joint, then the bowl will be made from plastic, and it functions really well. But at the other side of the coin is that we have the durability is a problem if the plastic ends up in environment, in the place where it should not be, for example in the oceans. So it's people should not be throwing plastics away in the environment, but it should be collected and reused to guarantee a better future for all of us.
Waste Segregation Officer at Jekora Ventures, Budu Kumoji, called on the government to make waste sorted a policy for waste management companies.
When you segregate your waste at source, you are able to add more value to the materials. So waste, or there's a saying by Zimmerman that says resources are not, they become. So what you declare waste is what is waste. So if you don't declare anything waste, it is not waste. So we are encouraging that plastic materials, especially for purposes of this program, plastic materials should be sorted at source. At the point of generation, do not lump it up with all other waste materials. Keep it separately. One important thing as well is there's no policy that says that people should segregate their waste. So even in some areas where we do not operate, you get individuals who have probably lived outside the country and are used to such systems. They segregate their waste, but the waste management company that is accredited to service them does not have these services. So they separate it, but then when the company comes to collect, they lump everything up, and that's a waste of effort. So over time, they stop it altogether. So we are suggesting or recommending that a policy should be made such that every waste management company would use this approach, and it would go a long way to help us as a nation.
Waste segregation, recycling, that's what we're being called to. That's how we cap off the AM News. But stay with us. Up next, the news review. We'll be right back.